The strange declaration. The night was silent, only the soft sound of wind moving through the empty streets. The human boy Daniel was walking home after finishing his late shift. His world was small, his dreams simple, and nothing about his life was special. At least, that was what he believed. But the sky had other plans. A sudden flash tore through the darkness. The ground shook like an earthquake and the air burned with strange light. Daniel stopped, his heart racing. He looked up and saw something impossible. A fireball was cutting across the stars, crashing toward the forest outside town. Fear told him to run, but curiosity pulled his steps forward. His hands trembled as he left the road and moved into the trees. The forest was alive with glowing smoke and broken branches. In the middle of the clearing, a silver shape rested like a wounded beast. A ship, not human, not from Earth. The metal glowed with strange blue veins, sparks jumping from its broken side. A hiss of air escaped, and then the door opened. Daniel froze. His breath caught in his throat. From the smoke, a figure stepped out. It was a girl, but not like any girl he had ever seen. Her eyes glowed faintly, like stars caught in water. Her hair shimmered silver under the moonlight, and her clothes looked like armor, thin but strong. Her steps were weak, and Daniel noticed blood, not red, but a faint violet dripping from her arm. She looked straight at him. Her voice was weak but clear. Her words cut through the night like a blade. You are my assigned husband, she said. Daniel blinked. He thought he had misheard. His mouth opened but no words came. His mind screamed with confusion. A stranger, an alien, calling him husband. What? Daniel finally whispered, his voice cracked. What are you talking about? The girl staggered, clutching her side, yet her eyes did not leave his. I am from far away, beyond your stars, she said. On my world, partners are chosen by order, not by choice. And you, Daniel, you were chosen long ago. His heart pounded in his chest. He stepped back, shaking his head. That's crazy. I don't even know you. The girl's lips curved in a faint, tired smile. You will know me soon enough. But for now, you must understand. You are mine, and I am yours. Our fates are tied. Daniel's breath turned shallow. He wanted to laugh, to call it a dream, but the broken ship behind her, the violet blood, and the way she spoke, too real to deny. He tried to stay calm. Listen, I'm just a normal guy. I work, I eat, I sleep. That's all. Why me? She raised a small device from her belt. It projected a light. A map of Earth appeared in the air, glowing. And at the center, a face. His face. Daniel's own picture, clear as day. His body turned cold. His own image stared back at him, and fear crawled into his chest. This is not possible, he muttered. The alien girl's expression hardened. Her voice carried the weight of command. It is already decided. Your leaders may not know, but the stars do. I am here because of you, and if I fail, both you and I will die. The words dropped heavy in the air. Silence stretched. Daniel wanted to run, to pretend none of this was real, but something in her voice stopped him. She was not joking. She was not lying. Suddenly, a strange hum echoed in the night sky. The girl turned quickly, her glowing eyes sharp. They are coming, she whispered. Daniel followed her gaze. In the distance, the stars flickered, moving, not natural, shapes in the air like hunters in the dark. His stomach twisted. The girl stepped closer to him. Her hand shook, but her grip on his arm was firm. Listen carefully. From this moment, your life will never be the same. My enemies will come for me, and when they find me, they will find you too. Daniel's chest tightened. Enemies? What enemies? Her voice dropped low like a secret meant only for him. The ones who want me dead. The ones who will destroy Earth to get what they want. The weight of her words crushed him. He pulled his arm away, shaking. This is insane. You can't just appear and say I'm your husband. You can't just bring danger to me. But the girl only looked at him with those glowing eyes, calm yet fierce. It is not a choice, Daniel. It is fate. And with that, the forest shook again. The sound of engines roared above the trees. Lights cut through the darkness, red and sharp. Daniel's world had changed in one night, and there was no turning back. The alien girl stood tall, though her body trembled. She raised her weapon, eyes fixed on the sky. Stay close to me, human. From now on, your life is bound to mine. Daniel could only stare, frozen between fear and disbelief. The world he knew was gone, and something far greater, and far more dangerous, had just begun. The hidden enemy. The night air was heavy. The forest trembled under the strange red lights moving above the trees. Daniel's heart raced. His body wanted to run, but his feet stayed frozen. He could not look away from the alien girl standing in front of him. Her glowing eyes narrowed. Her weapon hummed with strange blue light. She looked more like a warrior than a wounded stranger. Her voice was sharp, every word filled with warning. "They are here," she said. "The hunters." Daniel swallowed hard. "Hunters? What are you talking about?" The girl did not answer right away. Her eyes searched the sky, her body tense like a predator sensing danger. Finally, she spoke, her tone low and urgent. "They are not human. They are shadows from my world. They follow me wherever I go. They destroy what they cannot control." The words chilled Daniel's blood. He felt like he was standing inside a nightmare. His life had always been normal, simple, predictable. But now, nothing was safe. A sudden roar echoed across the forest. Branches snapped. The ground shook. A dark shape landed in the distance. Its form was twisted. Its surface black like stone but alive. A ship, but not like hers. This one looked like it was built for war. From its sides, tall figures stepped out. Their armor was sharp, their faces hidden behind dark masks. Their eyes glowed red like fire. They carried weapons that hissed with deadly energy. Daniel's breath caught. His hands shook. He whispered, "What do they want?" The alien girl stepped closer to him. Her voice was cold but steady. "They want me dead. And if they cannot kill me, they will kill you, because you are mine." His chest tightened. He wanted to shout, to deny everything, but the words never came. The red lights cut through the trees, hunting, searching. The enemies moved with purpose like wolves chasing prey. The girl pulled Daniel behind a fallen tree. She whispered sharply, "Do not speak, do not move. If they sense you, it will be over." Daniel crouched low, his heart thundering in his ears. Every second felt like forever. He could hear the strange language of the hunters, harsh and metallic. He did not understand the words, but he understood the tone. Violence. The alien girl's grip on her weapon tightened. Her violet blood still dripped from her wound, but her gaze burned with fire. "They will not stop," she whispered. "Once they see your face, your world will never be safe again." Daniel's fear turned to anger. "Why me? Why am I in this?" he whispered back. His voice cracked but carried desperate force. Her eyes softened for a moment. "Because fate chose you, not me, not them. Only you. That is why they fear you. That is why they chase me." Before Daniel could reply, a red beam of light cut through the tree above them. The hunters were close. Too close. The girl pushed Daniel down, rolled, and fired her weapon. A burst of blue light exploded. One of the hunters screamed and fell, his armor breaking apart. The forest lit up with chaos. Red beams flew in every direction. Trees burned. The ground cracked. Daniel pressed his hands over his ears, the noise overwhelming. The girl fought like a storm. Her body moved fast, her weapon blazing. She struck down one enemy, then another, but there were too many. Their ship kept releasing more soldiers, dark shapes crawling into the night. Daniel's chest pounded. He looked around desperately. He spotted something, a metal pipe from the crash, half buried in the ground. His hands reached for it, shaking but determined. When one of the hunters lunged at the girl from behind, Daniel swung with all his strength. The pipe smashed into the creature's mask. The alien stumbled, its red eyes flickering before it collapsed. Daniel gasped. His arms trembled. He had just fought something not from Earth. His mind screamed at him, but his heart felt strangely alive. The girl glanced at him, surprise flickering in her glowing eyes. Then she gave the smallest nod. "Good," she whispered. "You are not weak." But there was no time to breathe. The enemy ship roared. A new figure stepped out, larger, taller, its armor darker than the rest. Its red eyes burned brighter. The hunters bowed to it. Daniel felt his stomach twist. This one was their leader. The girl's face hardened. She whispered, "The Shadow Commander." Her hands trembled for the first time. The commander raised a black blade. Its energy cut the air like fire. His voice boomed in the forest. a sound that made Daniel's skin crawl. Though Daniel could not understand the words, the meaning was clear. A declaration of death. The girl turned to Daniel, her eyes fierce. Run if you must, but know this. If they take me, your world will burn. Daniel's throat closed. He wanted to run, but something inside him refused. He clenched the pipe tighter. His voice was shaky but strong. I'm not leaving you. The alien girl's lips curved into a faint, fierce smile. Then stand, husband of Earth, she said. Stand and fight. And as the Shadow Commander stepped forward, the forest became a battlefield. Suspense hung heavy, danger grew larger. The war for survival had begun. The first attack, the Shadow. Commander stood tall in the burning forest. His black armor reflected the red glow of fire. His blade hummed with deadly energy. Every hunter in the clearing bowed before him, their red eyes locked on the alien girl. And on Daniel. Daniel's chest was tight. His hands shook as he held the broken metal pipe. He was only human, standing against creatures born for war. Yet something inside him whispered he could not run. Not now. Not while the girl was ready to fight for her life and for his. The alien girl raised her glowing weapon, her body weak from blood loss, but her spirit unbroken. She shouted something in her language. The commander's eyes narrowed. He raised his blade, and with a roar the hunters charged. The forest exploded into chaos. Red beams of energy cut through the night. Trees split apart. Fire spread across the ground. Daniel dropped to his knees as a beam missed him by inches. The heat burned his skin. He rolled aside, gasping for air. The girl leapt forward like lightning. Her weapon clashed against the commander's blade. Sparks of blue and black energy lit the sky. Each strike shook the ground. Daniel could hardly breathe. He had never seen such power. But the commander was stronger. His blade forced her back step by step. Her arms trembled under the weight. She screamed with effort, refusing to fall. Daniel saw hunters circling, closing in on her blind side. His heart pounded. He could not think. He could only move. He charged with the metal pipe, swinging with desperate force. The pipe smashed against a hunter's head. Sparks flew. The creature fell with a hiss. The others turned toward him, red eyes blazing. Daniel's throat dried. Fear consumed him, but he held the pipe tight. His body screamed to run, but his feet stayed firm. One hunter lunged. Daniel ducked. The beam burned past his ear. He shoved the pipe into the creature's chest. It shrieked, sparks flying. Daniel pulled the weapon free and stumbled back. His chest burned with terror, yet deep inside, a strange fire grew stronger. The alien girl glanced at him between strikes. Her lips moved, whispering words only he could hear. Do not stop, husband of Earth. Her voice carried power, like it wrapped around him and gave him strength. Daniel clenched his teeth. His arms shook, but he swung again. Another hunter fell. But for every one that dropped, two more appeared. The enemy ship opened, shadows spilling out like endless soldiers. Daniel's heart sank. The forest seemed swallowed by red light. The commander pressed his blade harder against the girl. She staggered, her knees nearly buckling. Violet blood spilled down her arm. He laughed, a cruel metallic sound that froze the air. Daniel saw it. He knew she would fall. He screamed without thinking, rushing forward. His pipe smashed into the commander's side. The sound rang across the trees. The blade wavered for a moment. The commander turned slowly, his burning red eyes fixed on Daniel. The weight of that stare crushed him. Daniel felt like a small insect before a god. His hands shook. His chest heaved, yet he stood tall, refusing to move away. The girl seized the chance. She struck with her weapon. A burst of blue energy hit the commander's armor. The shock sent him sliding back. The ground cracked under his weight. The forest went silent for a breath. The hunters froze. The commander's armor smoked, but he was not broken. His voice boomed, filled with fury. He raised his blade to the sky, and the enemy shit. P roared louder. From the ship, something new descended, a massive machine, half living, half metal. Its legs pierced the earth, its red core glowed like fire. A war beast, summoned to finish what the hunters could not. Daniel's knees weakened. The ground shook as the machine stepped forward. Its roar drowned out the flames. The alien girl stood beside him, her chest rising with sharp breaths. Her eyes glowed with fierce light. She whispered, "This is the first attack. If we survive tonight, the real war will begin." Daniel looked at her, sweat and ash covering his face. His voice cracked but carried courage. "Then we survive. The war beast lifted its massive arm, energy gathering at its core. The ground lit with red light, the hunters howled, the commander raised his blade, and in that burning forest, a human boy and an alien girl stood together against the impossible. The night screamed with fire and death. The first attack had begun, trust and fear. The forest was no longer the same. Smoke covered the air, fire burned the trees. The hunters had pulled back for now, but the echo of their roars still haunted the night. The war beast's heavy steps faded into the distance, but Daniel knew it would return, stronger. Daniel leaned against a broken tree, his chest heaving. Sweat and ash covered his face, his hands still trembled from holding the metal pipe, his ears rang with the memory of screams. He was alive, but barely. The alien girl stood a few feet away, her glowing weapon dimmed, her violet blood dripping from her wounds. Her silver hair was tangled, her armor cracked, yet her eyes still burned with fierce light. "You fought," she whispered, her voice weak but steady. "I did not expect you to fight." Daniel laughed bitterly. "I didn't expect it either." His voice cracked. Fear still lived inside him, fear that at any moment the shadows would return. Fees, or that his normal life was gone forever. The girl walked closer. She looked at him with strange intensity. "You are not ordinary," she said. "You are stronger than you believe. That is why fate chose you." Daniel shook his head quickly. "No, you don't understand. I'm just a guy. I work in a store. I don't fight wars. I don't save planets." Her eyes narrowed, glowing brighter in the smoke. "You think this is about choice? It is not. It is destiny. And destiny does not ask what you want." Her words cut deep. Daniel turned away. His chest felt heavy, anger mixed with fear. "Why me? Why not someone else? Why drag me into your war?" She stepped closer, almost whispering. "Because you are mine." The words froze him. His heart pounded. He turned sharply. "Stop saying that. You don't even know me. How can you claim I'm yours?" For the first time, her face softened. Her voice trembled. "On my world, partners are chosen by blood and stars. I was given your name before I was even grown. I fought. I trained. I lived with one truth, that one day I would find you. And now you stand before me. Do you think I can walk away?" Daniel's breath shook. He saw the honesty in her eyes. He saw the weight of her words, yet his fear was stronger. He whispered, "I don't trust you." Her body went still. The firelight reflected in her glowing eyes. She did not blink, did not speak for a moment. Then she whispered, "Good." Daniel blinked. "Good? What do you mean?" Her voice carried both pain and strength. "Trust is dangerous. Trust is fragile. If you trusted me too quickly, you would be a fool. Fear keeps you alive. Fear will guide you. But one day, fear must turn to strength." Before Daniel could respond, a strange sound echoed from the darkness, the hum of energy, the sharp crackle of static. Both of them turned quickly, weapons ready. From the shadows, a small drone floated forward, its red eye blinking, its bod, metallic and sharp. It hovered between the trees, scanning. Its voice hissed in broken words. "Target. Locked." The girl cursed in her language. She fired her weapon. Blue light exploded. The drone shattered into sparks, but Daniel's stomach twisted. "They're tracking us," he whispered. The girl nodded grimly. "They will not stop. Not until one of us is dead." Silence fell heavy. Daniel stared at her, his mind racing. His fear screamed louder than ever, but deep inside, another voice whispered. A voice telling him to stand, to fight, to survive. He took a slow breath. "If I stay with you, my life is gone. My world will burn. But if I leave you, they'll kill me anyway." His voice cracked. "So what do I do?" The girl stepped closer. Her eyes locked on his. "You choose, Daniel. You can live in fear, or you can fight with me. I will not lie to you. The path ahead is death, pain, and blood. But if you walk it, you will not walk alone." Daniel's chest rose and fell. His hands clenched. He stared into her glowing eyes, and for the first time, he saw not just an alien soldier, but something more. A girl who carried a destiny she never asked for. A girl as trapped as he was. His fear did not vanish, but deep inside, a spark of something new began to burn. Before he could answer, the ground shook again. Trees cracked in the distance. The war beast was returning. Its roar shook the forest. The alien girl lifted her weapon, her face hard with resolve. She whispered, "Trust me or fear me, it no longer matters. The enemy has found us again." Daniel gripped his pipe tighter. His voice shook but carried fire. "Then let them come." And with that, the night trembled once more. Suspense deepened. The line between trust and fear grew thinner. The real battle was only beginning. The bond grows. The war beast's roar echoed through the burning forest. The ground shook with every step it took. Daniel and the alien girl ran through the smoke, branches snapping under their feet. Their lungs burned with ash, but they did not stop. Finally, they reached an old cave hidden behind thick trees. The girl motioned for silence. They slipped inside, the shadows swallowing them. The cave was damp, cold, and filled with the smell of earth, but it was safe. For now, Daniel collapsed against the wall, gasping. His hands were raw from gripping the metal pipe. His body ached. His mind screamed, "This can't be real," he muttered. "This is insane." The alien girl knelt across from him, her wounds still bleeding violet. She pulled a small silver box from her belt, pressed it to her arm, and the bleeding stopped instantly. The wound closed before Daniel's eyes. He stared in shock. She noticed his stare. "Healing tech," she whispered. "Simple on my world." Daniel shook his head slowly. Simple? That was impossible. Her lips curved into a faint, tired smile. "Many things you call impossible will soon surround you." Silence filled the cave. Only the sound of distant thunder from the war beast's hunt reached them. Daniel hugged his knees, his fear rising again. He looked at her, the glow of her eyes faint in the dark. "Why me?" he whispered again, his voice cracked, softer this time. "Out of all the people on earth, why me?" She stared at him for a long time before speaking. Her voice was low, almost gentle. "Because you are not ordinary. Because you will not run. Even now, with fear eating you, you stand, you fight. That is rare, even among my kind." Daniel's chest tightened. He wanted to deny it, to call himself weak, but the memory of him striking the hunters, facing the commander, refusing to leave her, it lingered. The girl leaned back against the Ave wall, her silver hair messy, her armor cracked. For the first time, she looked less like a soldier and more like a lost soul. Her voice softened. "On my world, I was raised for war. I was never allowed to laugh, never allowed to dream, only trained, only told one thing, that one day I would find my destined partner. That was my entire future." Her words struck Daniel. He saw the truth in her eyes. A girl trapped in destiny as much as he was now. For a moment, silence fell again. Then faintly, he laughed. The sound was bitter but real. "So, I'm your destiny, huh? Must be disappointing." Her glowing eyes blinked. Then, surprisingly, a soft sound escaped her lips. A laugh, small but real. Daniel froze. He had not expected it. Her laughter was quiet, almost fragile, but it carried warmth the cave had never known. "You are strange," she whispered, "but maybe not disappointing." The words hung in the air. Daniel felt his cheeks warm. For the first time, fear loosened its grip on him. Not gone, but weaker. But before the moment could grow, a sound pierced the cave. A faint mechanical whir. Daniel's heart jumped. He gripped his pipe. "They found us?" The girl pulled him close, whispering, "Stay still." A red light scanned across the cave wall. A small drone floated in, searching. Its red eye blinked as it moved closer. Daniel's breath caught in his throat. The girl raised her weapon slowly, but before she could fire, Daniel hurled a rock with all his strength. The rock smashed into the drone's eye. Sparks exploded. The machine fell and shattered. Silence returned. The girl looked at him with wide eyes, then slowly nodded. "You learn quickly," she whispered. Daniel swallowed hard. His fear turned into something sharper. "Determination," he whispered back. "If they want to kill us, they'll have to work harder." The girl's glowing eyes lingered on him, and, for the first time, Daniel felt something strange. Not just fear, not just survival, but a bond forming, fragile but real. A bond forged in fire. But their moment of peace ended when the earth shook again. The roar of the war beast returned, louder, closer. The cave trembled, stones fell from above. The girl stood, weapon glowing once more, her voice fierce. They will not stop, they will chase us until the end. But remember this, Daniel. Fear makes you human, but courage makes you more. Daniel rose beside her, his pipe heavy in his hands. His heart thundered. He whispered, "Then let's give them more." The ground split outside, red light cut into the cave. The enemy had returned, stronger than before, and in that moment, in the darkness of the cave, a bond was sealed. Not of choice, not of peace, but of survival. A bond that would either save them or destroy them both. Final confrontation. The cave shook like thunder. Dust rained from the ceiling. Outside, the roar of the war beast split the night. The red glow of enemy fire painted the walls. Daniel gripped his metal pipe tight. His heart slammed against his chest. Every instinct screamed at him to run, but his feet stood firm. The alien girl stood beside him, her weapon glowing blue, her silver hair wild, her violet blood dried against her cracked armor. Her glowing eyes blazed with fire. She whispered, "This is the end, Daniel. The Shadow Commander has come for us." And then the cave wall exploded. Stone shattered, flames burst inward. Daniel was thrown to the ground, coughing in the smoke. The war beast's massive claw reached through the hole, tearing stone like paper. Behind it, the Shadow Commander stepped into view. Taller, darker, more terrifying than before. His red eyes burned like fire. His blade hummed with deadly power. The hunters poured in behind him, dozens of them, their weapons hissing with energy, the cave filled with red light. Daniel staggered to his feet. His whole body shook. He whispered, "We can't win this." The girl's voice was sharp. "We must." She leapt forward, her weapon colliding with the commander's blade. Sparks of blue and black fire lit the cave. The sound echoed like thunder. The walls trembled with each strike. Daniel swung his pipe at a hunter. Fear fueled his strength. The metal cracked against its mask. The creature screamed and fell, but two more charged. Daniel ducked, rolled, barely missing the red beams that burned into the stone. The girl fought like lightning. Every move fast, precise, deadly. Yet the commander was stronger. His strikes shook the ground, his power endless. She staggered under the weight of his blade. Her knees buckled. Daniel saw her fall to one knee. His chest tightened. He screamed and charged, slamming his pipe against the commander's armor. The sound rang out. The commander barely flinched. His red eyes turned on Daniel, filled with cruel fire. The girl cried out, "No!" She shoved Daniel back, saving him from the blade that nearly split him in two. Her armor cracked deeper, violet blood spilling. She gasped but stood again, blocking the commander's next strike. Daniel's vision blurred with rage. Fear twisted into something hotter, stronger. He roared, "I won't let you take her!" He grabbed a fallen hunter's weapon. It hissed in his hands, strange and heavy, but instinct guided him. He aimed, pulled the trigger. A blast of blue fire exploded. The shot slammed into the commander's chest. His armor cracked, smoke rising. For the first time, the Shadow Commander staggered. The hunters hissed in shock. The girl's eyes widened. She shouted, "Yes, Daniel, again!" Daniel fired again. The blast struck another hunter, tearing it apart. His body shook with adrenaline. His fear turned into fury. He screamed as he fired again and again. But the commander recovered, his red eyes blazing. He raised his black blade and struck the ground. The cave split apart. The shockwave hurled Daniel against the wall. His head rang. Pain shot through his body. His weapon slipped from his hands. The girl screamed his name. She lunged at the commander. Her blade clashed with his. Sparks blinded the cave. Her voice roared with fury. She fought not just for her mission, but for him. Daniel tried to rise, his vision blurred, his arms weak, but when he looked at her, fighting, bleeding, refusing to fall, something inside him ignited. He forced himself up. His hand gripped the fallen weapon again. His legs shook but did not fail. The war beast roared outside, its massive form pressing against the cave. Its core glowed red, charging for destruction. If it fired, the cave, the forest, everything would burn. The girl cried out, "Daniel, the core! Destroy the core!" Daniel's eyes locked on the glowing heart of the beast. His chest pounded, he aimed, his whole body trembling. The hunters charged at him, but he pulled the trigger. The blast of blue fire struck the core. For a breath, silence, then explosion. The war beast screamed, its body shattered in fire. The blast tore across the forest, hunters burned. The cave collapsed. The Shadow Commander staggered, his armor cracked, his blade shaking. The alien girl dragged Daniel away as the cave crumbled. Rocks fell, fire rained. They tumbled into the open night, gasping. The commander emerged through the smoke, broken but alive, his red eyes blazing with fury. His voice shook the ground, a vow of vengeance. The girl raised her weapon one last time, her body weak, but her spirit unbroken. "This is not your world," she shouted. "It belongs to us now, to me and him." She fired. A burst of blue fire struck the commander. He roared, falling back into the flames. The ground swallowed him. Silence followed. Daniel fell to his knees, gasping, his whole body trembling. He looked at her, sweat and ash covering them both. "Is it over?" he whispered. Her glowing eyes softened. "No," she whispered back. "This was only the first war." The forest burned, the night silent except for the crackle of fire. But between them, a bond unbreakable had been forged. They had survived the final confrontation. But the greater battle still waited among the stars. The choice. The forest burned like a dying world. Flames crawled up the broken trees. The sky glowed red from the destruction. Daniel stood among the ruins, his body weak, his arms shaking. His ears still rang from the explosion of the war beast. Beside him, the alien girl stood silent, her weapon dim, her armor cracked. Her silver hair clung to her face. Her glowing eyes stared into the smoke, searching. Daniel whispered, his voice rough. Is it over?" Her head turned slowly. Her voice was calm, but her eyes carried fire. "No, Daniel, it has only begun. Tonight was not victory. Tonight was warning. The Shadow Commander will rise again, stronger. And when he does, Earth will burn unless we are ready." Daniel's chest tightened, his knees weak. He wanted to believe it was done, that he could return to his normal life, but deep inside, he knew she was right. His old life was gone. The girl stepped closer, her eyes glowing faintly. "You have a choice now," she whispered. Daniel frowned. "Choice?" She nodded. "Yes. You can return to your world, try to live the life you had before. Pretend this night never happened. Pretend I was only a dream. But if you do, the war will still come, and you will not be ready." Her voice grew sharper. "Or, you can come with me, leave this world, train, fight, become what fate has written for you. If you walk this path, you will never be the same, but you will be more than human. You will be the one who stands when all others fall." Daniel's throat went dry. His heart thundered. The choice was heavy. Too heavy. He thought of his home, his family, the normal life he had always known, safe, small, simple. But then he looked at her, glowing eyes filled with pain and strength, a girl who had carried destiny since birth, a girl who had bled for him, fought for him, trusted him. He whispered, "If I choose to stay, what happens to you?" Her face went still, her voice soft. "I will fight alone. I will die alone. And your world will follow me into the grave." The words cut like a blade. Daniel's hands clenched, his mind screamed with fear, but his heart burned with something stronger. Before he could answer, the ground trembled. A faint hum spread through the night. From the smoke, a broken figure rose. The Shadow Commander. His armor shattered, his blade cracked, but his red eyes still blazed with fire. He lived. Daniel's blood froze. "No, he's still alive." The girl raised her weapon, but her hands shook. She had little strength left. The commander pointed his broken blade at them. His voice roared through the burning forest. "A vow of vengeance," the girl whispered sharply. "We cannot kill him now. We must leave, now." Daniel's fear screamed, but when he looked at her, he saw something else. Not just a soldier, not just an alien, but someone waiting for his decision. He shouted over the roar of fire, "Tell me the truth. If I go with you, can we win?" Her glowing eyes locked on his, her voice fierce. "Yes, if you stand with me, we can win. Humans are not weak. You are not weak. With you, Daniel, we have a chance. The words shook him. Fear twisted with fire inside his chest. His life hung between two paths. Stay human, or become something more. The commander stepped closer, his red eyes burning. The girl grabbed Daniel's hand, her grip strong despite her wounds, her voice urgent. Choose now, Daniel, stay, or come with me. The flames roared higher. The commander raised his blade. The night was seconds from ending. Daniel's breath shook, his heart thundered, his eyes met hers. In that moment, he spoke, his voice steady. But the sound was swallowed by the explosion as the commander's blade struck the ground. Fire split too. Earth. The forest cracked apart. Daniel and the alien girl were thrown into the light, swallowed by smoke and flame. The screen of night went black. Only her voice remained, faint but clear. Your choice will decide the fate of worlds. And then, silence.